All right. So what is your race or ethnicity? What do you classify yourself as?
I would classify myself as first generation born African American.
What do you classify yourself? Like, when you get a survey or something and then they're like, check your race, ethnicity. So what do you classify yourself as?
I check in Hispanic and white because I'm both.
Okay. With that, who do you think suffers from racism the most as far as ethnicity, race? Just which group of people based on race or ethnicity do you think suffers the most?
I really believe the African American people.
So, how do you think racism directly affects you? Like, have you ever experienced it or felt it and not sure that the other party really knew what they were doing?
No, I don't think I've ever really experienced it, but I know for sure that my close family members have, like my grandmother and my brother, and just, things like not being taken care of at restaurants immediately, or not being taken care of at department stores and stuff like that.
Okay. How do you think racism affects you?
To be honest, maybe people assume that I'm not educated, or maybe people assume that I don't come from a good background. A lot of people ask me, are you African? Or are you black? And to me, there's really no difference. There shouldn't be a separation within ourselves. And sometimes it does cause animosity for no reason.
How do you think sexism affects you?
Being a female, males think that they are superior. Even in certain classes, like in the chemistry classes or math classes, a male might assume that I don't know what I'm doing, or they'll be like, wow, you really get this, you're really smart, assuming that I'm just strange for understanding what's going on in the class.
Does sexism still exist in the workplace, and how so?
I believe it does, but on a much more hidden level.
Does sexism still exist in the workplace?
Yes, it does.
How so?
I believe that, like I said, maybe, women are more willing to take direction. Pay is another thing. Pay is, I'm paid hourly, but I know salary-based pay. If there was a manager who was a man compared to a woman, the man might, they might be given a certain amount that the company wants to pay him, but usually he'll ask for more. He'll get Knowing that, and in our generation, I've seen that a lot, where two people have the same job and the man gets paid $20,000 more, $2,000 or $4,000 more, just because they asked for it, and they're more aggressive towards it. And the woman, even though she might be aggressive, she's just like, well, I want to keep my job, and I don't want to cause any trouble, kind of thing. So she'll just sit back and take it.
This quote is from "There Is No Hierarchy of Oppression" by Audre Lorde. And that among those of us who share the goals of liberation and a workable future for our children, there can be no hierarchies of oppression. So what are your thoughts on that?
I would definitely agree with that. The best way to figure out any large-scale problem is through collaboration, collectivism. I mean, you see examples of that like all over history. hierarchies of oppression. All oppression is the same. It doesn't matter what type of oppression it is, if it's racism, sexism, you know, it's all the same. And if anybody needs, if from what the quote's saying, if any child needs to progress, if we want our future to progress, then we need to just, all of them need to be getting rid of. I mean, I know it's not the most practical thing to say because it's still going to be around, but at the same time, you know, oppression is oppression. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. They're all different colors, shapes, and sizes. So that's what I got from it.